England, the birthplace of Independence Days for a lot of nations, and today, a modern society full of diversity, inclusion, and mostly curry. It's all about the curry here. That's why we're continuing our English campaign, and we're going down the historical path, becoming the colonial empire we knew we always wanted to be. To catch you guys up with what happened in the previous part of the campaign, we did manage to get a little bit of a buffer zone in France to make sure we never have to worry about the French aggression ever again. We got Ireland and Scotland as our junior partners, and we are full on going towards the English path, Great British, some would say, path of the British Empire. We are full on colonizing Africa. We managed to grab a few lands here from the natives because they didn't need it, and we're going to be doing the same with the Benin, which is allied to Dagbon and Zazal, so that's going to make for some very interesting puppets to have. Probably not going to puppet them. I'm just going to... No, actually, well, I'll think about it. I will definitely think about it. Going to make sure I position my troops there before anything else. They have military tech 4, which means it's probably going to be very easy for me to wipe them out. Morocco is also attacking Timbuktu after I destroyed Timbuktu's army, so Morocco is likely going to be a neighbor in West Africa at some point for me. I'm going to assign my Caribbean explorer here to let me know what's happening in the New World, because after we finish these two colonies in Africa, we're going to start colonizing the Caribbean, making our way towards the Central American parts where we want to establish the colony of La Cucaracha, famous British colony. It totally existed. We have a little bit of an overextension, 69, nice, to be more precise, overextension, and we are trying to do our missions as we progress in the campaign. We're gonna get more missions once we form Great Britain, if I'm not mistaken, and in this run eventually I want to do home and away as Wales, hold Cardiff, Dublin, etc. I'm just kidding. We culturally converted Wales. There's not gonna be any Wales around, buddy boy, okay? No such thing as the Welsh. Never existed. Go ahead and get an admiral for our fleet. We're gonna need to recruit some more light ships because right now we only have 66 of the English Channel, which is really not that much. We should be getting significantly more money from the English Channel as it stands. This is extremely underwhelming. Also, once we establish the trade company in the Ivory Coast, we're going to make sure we filter all the trade to the English Channel. We don't want it to be going equally to everywhere, okay? It's all ours. We saw it first. Of course, scandal at the court. It be sometimes like that, boys. Let's go ahead and make ourselves feel better by wiping out some Native Americans, some Africans. Oh, I just realized this is my mercenary company. I need to bring the actual army here first. Let's go, baby. And as they're going through all of these jungles, they're going to get completely wiped out by tens of thousands of natives, aren't they? I'm also curious to see if anyone would like to become my diplo vassal. Savoy would. Okay. Diplomatically vassalizing Savoy, not the worst idea, I'll be honest. We have the diplo slots for it. We might as well do it. Why not? Okay, we can now do a discovery of the Americas. That gives us the Colonial Venture and the Sugar Act Parliament issues. The Colonial Venture gives 5% settler chance, whilst the Sugar Act increases the chance to discover sugar whilst colonizing a province. Colonial Venture also allows us to choose the trade good once the colony is finished, so that's even better. Who needs sugar when you can literally get gold in every single province? Because that's what that particular act allows us to do. From now on, not only do we get the settler chance, but we can choose the trade good, and for 10 years we get the colonial development boost, so that's pretty good too. You can always cancel this particular event, but we're not going to do that, of course. Sugar Act, again, don't really need it because I don't want sugar. I want gold or whatever is better than sugar. Jesus, we just went up by 10 income. Our economy is absolutely busting right now. Oh my god, what is happening with these events? This is the worst RNG ever. Luckily, we do have some soldiers back, so we're gonna have to use our army to wipe out these rebel scum. And of course, Castile calls me into their war. As a good ally that I am, I shall be helping them because I don't really have much of a choice. I don't want to get the negative modifiers from not joining in. Henry VIII, being the third child of the previous king, young Harry wasn't expected to inherit the throne, but somehow he managed to. As promised, Chanicus Maximus shall rule one day. We give Chanicus Maximus an extra diplo, so that's going to be 646. Or we get Henry with the 5. No, Chanicus is going to be the one in charge. He's a 646 now, okay, buddy boy? Chanicus is the real leader of the British Empire. Everybody, this common historical facts. Who even is this Henry VIII, huh? Nobody heard of him, clearly. He's probably not even important. There, I said it. Do I want to fight this out till the end, but I don't know if I'm going to get access to those areas. You know what I could do, actually? Hold up a second. I just realized. I could get a conquistador, and that way I can explore my way there. Who cares about national borders when you have conquistadoricuses, right? What I'm going to do now is I'm going to be vassalizing one of these little skibbities here. Maybe Zazao is not a bad idea to vassalize. There we go. Make them into an English vassal. And the reason I'm doing that is because in 10 years, I'm going to be annexing Zazao. And when I do annex Zazao, I'm going to be saying Zazaza, Zazaza, Zuzu. No, that's not what I'm going to do. Something else is going to happen. The whole vision that Zazao has becomes my vision. So I'm going to be able to see all of West Africa without having explored it. And all of this. I think Zazao also sees the Ethiopian parts. If I'm not, I might be wrong about that. I'm not sure. We'll find out when we annex them. It's actually a nice little trick you can do with many, many nations. You can do that as the Byzantines, annex a Muslim nation, and then as a subject, and then you get your Muslim subjects vision. So you see all of Asia and stuff. As you would imagine, it's a long-term thing since you need at least 10 years before you can annex them, right? Now, this army does not have any manpower left, so I'm just going to disband it, and I'm going to replace it with the regular soldiers, because we do need more regulars anyway now. So let's go ahead and get, say, 16 with 4 and 4 for now. That should be like a standard-ish army. We probably need more, but that's better than nothing overall. Going to do the same here. 16 and 4 and 4. I'm sure I had a third army somewhere. I just don't remember where I put it. Where is it? 7,000. Oh, right. They're on the mainland. Okay, let's go ahead and take out the rebels in that case. You're welcome, Brittany. Benin's just going like, did you forget about me? Weren't you supposed to annex my Butom? Yes, you were. And yes, I did. There you go. Concentratio, complicatio, core up everything. This also has the walls of Benin, but it requires that we are pagan or that we syncretize with the pagan faith, so we're not going to be able to make use of this monument, sadly. Oh no, there's a rebellion in Gabu. You know what? I might just disband these guys to the Forlorn Hope and just get only regulars. Honestly, around military tech 8, it's already quite a lot more expensive to have mercenaries, so let's just pump it up to 20 main armies infantry, and we can just get more as we go along. We still can get 9 units, so I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to make 9 infantry in mainland France, just so I have something in case something happens here, basically, because I'm not doing too much anyway. I'm just colonizing and chilling, so we should be fine, but better safe than sorry, right? No, our king has passed away. Chadicus, it's up to you, brother. You have to carry the mantle of the English crown. You know what? I'm gonna sell my titles. I am so gonna sell my titles. That way I can start building a lot more barracks and a lot more economic buildings. I go build some churches too, which also lower unrest, by the way. Build some courthouses. Trade buildings, of course, are really good, especially in the Ivory Coast here, since we just got this. And even more importantly, more shipyards, because as the English, we want to have shipyards all around our country so we can get more ships to send to various trade nodes. Also, let's not forget about this. 1 ally and to get 190 relations so we can actually vassalize them diplomatically. Holy shit, Castile. You need to stop this, bro. You have a problem. You freaking have a problem, okay? You need to stop it right now. All right? We got the relations, which is Trombucci. Remember, guys, as long as you're at war, doesn't matter. What matters is the target nation not being at war, and then you can diplo-vassalize. I'm saying this because I know a lot of people were like previous videos asking, how come you could diplo-vassalize when you were at war? Doesn't matter if you are, only if the target nation is at war or not. Oh my god, really, Morocco? You actually took land all the way here, for Christ's sake. Also, Sakaruyu, Castile. I am so not joining any more of your wars. And our first colony is done. As you guys remember, we have the option of choosing what we want that province to produce. We can go with whatever it originally was producing, or for the little price of 40 ducats and 7.5 admin points, we can choose to switch over to dyes, ivory, slaves, naval products, etc. So this is based off of what exactly can possibly spawn in that province. So you can see here, if I was to colonize Calabar, there's certain things that could possibly spawn in there, right? But then if I was to go to another province, say, I don't know, Sierra Leone, we have the option of getting, that's actually the same thing. Let's say Hawija. See, in here we have the option of getting gold, tobacco, fish, cotton, etc. So if we were to colonize here, we also could choose to switch over to gold when we go for the colonial ventures, which is pretty cool in my opinion. It's really, really cool. Tropical wood. Tropical wood is fine, of course. Wood needed, my lord. Okay, let's go for the colony of Jamaica next. And we can also ship off some of our soldiers from France. Maybe these 9,000 we can send over to Jamaica. I'm down for that. After Jamaica, we can colonize the Texan area, and from there we can start munching into the North American and the Central American nations and start creating a lot of colonial nations really fast. I'm gonna go back and cancel this particular option. It doesn't make sense for me to have this on because then I don't get my favors with them every month if I have it on. I can just turn it off once the war with the Moroccans is over, so that way at least I make a little bit of favors from this particular period in which I have it turned on. Also make a template of 20 barks and launch these bad boys. That puts us at 68 out of 48 force limit. So next up, we're gonna have to build more shipyards. I mean, a lot more shipyards. The entirety of the British Isles is gonna be full of shipyards. Also, remember that this province was only 3 development. Well, because we have the high development colonies, we get an extra 1 development in each. So that means 6 development. And I believe once we enacted colonial ventures, it gave us another +1 highly developed colonies boost. So that's why it's 9 instead of 3 development. Also, Cameron's going to be the first province within the ivory trade node. Since it is a Catholic province, we don't need to worry about the religion here for now. Can you imagine what it must have been like for the first Europeans to arrive in the island of Jamaica? They would have been the first cool people we ever had. I'm just kidding. We've been cool since the Roman Empire times. That's what cool people do. They make that kind of emotional gesture. Okay, now that we wiped out the natives in Jamaica, let's go ahead and continue to explore the New World. So once we reach the province here, we're gonna set for the hunt for the 7 cities, since we have a conquistador, and that's gonna automatically colonize, well, discover the New World for us, and eventually maybe we even get an event that gives us some bonuses, so you never know. Let's see. Bring our ships back home. Ladies and gentlemen, the great Chadicus Maximus, the first emperor of mankind, leader of the known world. What? Oh, I need to stop saying these words. It's unbelievable. Now you guys might know my plan to conquer the world. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that. No, this is going to be a chill run, guys. We already have the French campaign where we're conquering the world, okay? That's more than enough. That being said, I do intend to get this province, though, Tuat. Because if I don't get Tuat, what's going to happen is the Castilians are going to make their sneaky, slimy way into West Africa, right? So if I get that, or at least these 2 provinces, I prevent them from going into West Africa, because I already have the coastline here, I have the coastline here, and the only thing left is that I colonize the Guinea bits. If I colonize Guinea, then all of West Africa is rightful English colony land, as it should be, right? I'm also hoping that the reform's gonna start any moment now, so we can get Anglicanism, please. We are going to go full Anglican because Anglicanism is basically the best religion for a colonial nation, and it's just a no-brainer to go for it, obviously. It's a time to spam the shipyard. I'm also going to start integrating Brittany because I've got way too many subjects as it is. 5 is enough. 6 is a little bit stretching it, I guess. And plus, I want to have the whole coastline here to myself. More coastline means more ships that we can build. And of course, we also got colonialism because we're the best nation ever. It spawned in Norfolk. I mean, if anybody says colonialism, of course, they're going to think about Norfolk. Out of all the places in England, Norfolk is the one where colonialism spawns. Okay, it's logical, clearly. Go ahead and also get our policy done, since we now have both aristocratic and exploration fully done. So that means we got 20% extra national manpower, reaching up to 70,000 manpower without even going full-on military, which is insane. Also, since we now have the shipyards, we can expand the Royal Navy mission, which allows us to build the man-o'-warships, as well as until the end of the game, we get sailor recovery speed plus 10%, so that's a permanent modifier. Now, the English man-o'-warships are absolutely insanely OP. Look at this, naval morale damage plus 15, and this is, of course, a heavy ship. So we're gonna replace all of our heavies with the man-o'-war ships, which in turn means once we have enough man-o'-wars, we can do the Rule Britannia mission, which allows the Act of Impressment Parliament issue as well. And until the end of the game, massive, and I mean massive, bonuses to trade and sailors. And in case you're wondering, my prestige is gone because I had to placate Zazao. I converted them to my religion, and they're not happy about it. They're really not happy. What I could also do is develop their provinces. Every development click is actually 5% liberty desire reduction. So we can go 1, 2, 3. They're down to 51%. 4. There you go. Now they're fine. And I did that because I wanted a royal marriage. I was hoping that I'm going to get an African queen as my consort, but apparently it's not happening. Jesus Christ. 22 mana to develop this province. Are you serious right now? Why is it so freaking cheap, man? That's insane. Honestly, literally just thinking to do it. Screw it, man. I'm gonna do it. 17 mana to develop Yorkshire. Holy yes, please. Holy yes, please. And we can use expand infrastructure to make it again super cheap. Look at that. It's 70 development and it's only 20 mana to develop this. This is actually crazy. 26 mana and it's a 20 development province. Like I said earlier, we're basically playing toll. Aside from the colonial empire that we're getting, we're only keeping the English holds. We're not expanding into Europe. So this is it. This is basically it, boys. This is how you play toll in this freaking game. 23 mana here, 25, 23. It is actually insane how cheap it is to develop our provinces. This is iron trade good as well, which is really, really good later in the campaign. Gets more expensive as you go along in the campaign. Oh, and I see my wallet has almost fallen down. Yeah, that's right. The wallet is still here trying to cut out the glare from the side. I know it's very rudimental and I'm basically an actual monkey for doing this, but it's the only way, man. I'm sorry, it's the only way. There's nothing I can do about it. I live in the freaking Stone Ages in Romania, okay? What do you want from me? And yes, in case you're wondering, that is your wallet. Why haven't I seen my wallet in days? Your wallet's got a job, it's busy, okay? It's tired of your shit. It had to leave. It took the kids as well. You're never seeing little Schnorpy again. That's right, Schnorpy is with me. Oh, no. No, we don't do that, Schnorpy. We don't do that. Ooh. Colonial range settlers and a colonist. Well, spank my ass and call me Sally. I'm super down for that. This colonist, we're gonna actually set in here in the province of Sikake. So then afterwards, we can start attacking the Mayans. So let's bring our units actually back there because I don't mind using the 9,000 boyos to start cleaning the middle of Central America. You know what else requires a nice spring cleaning? The Africans of Central Africa. This is Central Africa, right? Maybe that's too many. Maybe we can do that in the next war. Let's just do Congo for now. Yeah, it should be fine. At least we get the coastline in the first war from Congo and we get the rest in the next one. Also, in order to speed up the process of converting these provinces to my religion, I'm going to be lowering their development a little bit too. Exploiting development can be quite a good tool to use in the game. Not used very much, unfortunately. Oops! I just destroyed that village. Oh no. So anyway, 53% settler chance is crazy, brother. That's like almost 1 in 2 chances to freaking get extra settlers in this province. We're going to colonize so fast, they won't even see it coming. Okay, now this particular province is important. So right now we're producing sugar in there. Sugar is actually not bad. I was thinking either sugar or tobacco, but sugar is fine. So we're gonna keep sugar in there. We're gonna get gold in the Central American provinces. Let's start by getting the next province colonized in Borracho. Damn, we out here slaughtering the natives. Jesus Christ, my wallet just fell. I put it back now. It scared the living shit out of me. Imagine you see something in front of your monitor just going like on your keyboard. It is not a pleasant thing. Hey, we can get the coastline. That is literally it. Let's go. That way we have our foothold here so we can go back and murder the rest of the natives rebelling in the north. And we also concentration to make it cheaper to core. We can, of course. Beautiful. And we've been working hard to get some claims in the New World too. Apparently, I clicked the wrong nation though. I wanted to click on Chorty, but I clicked on Chiquiquewal. Honest mistake though. Now, as I convert these provinces, I will start adding them to the trade company because we want to get that trade company going for the extra merchant as soon as we possibly can. I think these are all in the ivory trade node, right? I'm not wrong about that. No, I'm not wrong. There you go. I want to eventually also start adding more provinces to the trade company in all of West Africa, so we get an extra merchant from Timbuktu, another one from Katsina, and of course another one from Congo, and so on, right? That's the point of trade companies, is to get more and more merchants, of course. Oh, look at how menacing the red looks on these ships. That's so beautiful. Looks like there's no drunk people in Borracho. And how did Huastec become a subject of freaking Tonala? Because we got to get a spy network in Tonala now. I'm assuming these guys are reforming and trying to modernize themselves. You know, if you guys haven't watched my Aztecs run, check it out. It honestly was one of my most surprisingly fun runs ever I've done in a while. I have to do the second part. I haven't done it because the save game's back in my Japanese computer, so I guess I can continue it when I get back there. So I plan on modernizing all of my heavies, and I'm gonna change them to the man of wars. That means I have to sell the 6 heavy ships that I have right now, and what I'm gonna do is I'm I'm gonna sell them first off to my subjects if they're willing to buy them, because that basically means they still remain my ships in one way or another. And then after my subjects are not willing to buy any more ships, well, I'll just sell them off to the highest bidder. So I guess that's pretty much it. Only Ireland would like to buy one of my heavies, unfortunately. Let's get Flanders some ships, Holland, and so on. Honestly, this just beats the schnitzel out of disbanding the ship and wasting, not getting the 30 ducats, right? Oh, okay, we can get 60 ducats from Oldenburg. I'm literally making a profit right now. And Bremen, oh my god, I should have sold my ships to the North Germans. They seem to have a lot of money. Also, since we spammed all those shipyards, we managed to get up to 100 plus naval force limit. So we're gonna try and get around 150 ships overall. We should be fine even with like 50 ships over the naval force limit. We should still be making a hefty profit for that matter. Oh my god, are you kidding me? A 006? No, hell no. Let's also give the nobility integration policy so we can not get the diplo penalty once we finish annexing Monsieur Britannia. Like these scumbags as well. Why is Azal so disloyal? That's insane to me. Oh, it says we enforce religion. Right, I forgot about that. Now remember, kids, after you integrate a province, it is gonna have 60 autonomy in all of its province. Did I say integrate a province? I meant after you integrate a subject, it will have 60 autonomy in all of its provinces. So you want to lower the autonomy to get the most out of those lands, with the exception of if you have a core. So need to point this out too. If you have a core on a province that belongs to your subject, you will get 0 autonomy. That's the only exception to that rule. And we got more money, so let's get another 20 light ships. Seeing as we sailed around Africa, we can do the next mission, sail around Africa, which gives us in essence a frontier and the Cape Colony. This is not a regular colony. Basically, it's a frontier colony, so that means that it does not cost extra colony maintenance. As you can see here, we only have 2 colonies in the colony maintenance. This is basically free up until we fully colonize the entirety of the Cape. And I do believe we now have enough trade power. So let's go ahead and transfer trade into the English Channel node. Right now, it's all going to the Caribbean because the Caraibas is transferring it there. That is not okay, sir. Oh, the French no longer a valid rival? Of course they're not. Okay, I don't really like my options here because I'm technically allied to one of these options. Oh, this is perfection. So in the province of Chikake, we have the option of producing gems. Hails to the yes, I want to give me some gems. Look at this beauty here. You know, if you're ever going to play as the United States or any of the New World colonies, playing as England and then making all your starting lands basically gems and gold and such, and then releasing yourself as that colonial nation is like the most nine-head ever move. Maybe we should do that. Maybe in this part I colonize everything, and in the next part I abandon the British run and I switch to the colony. Or even better, I continue the British run, make a secondary save of the save game, and separately make another video where I continue as the colony, and then you can see the difference between me continuing as England, me continuing as the colony, and see what England does in my colony game. That would be so cool actually, now that I think about it. What do you guys think about that? Alright, time to attack some natives. Tacius Maximus Nativicus. Check it out, boys. 81% of the node already belongs to us. So we're making 37 ducats from that alone. Crazy, we already reached 100 trade income. I mean, total income. I'm gonna be an absolute cheeseball, and I'm gonna grab this province from Cossacks before the Aztecs manage to siege it down. Aztec's gonna be like, yo, I was sieging that, bro, what the hell? A noble of the Tudor family, 523 with the, oh, come on, really? I'm getting a 523 when I have an absolute Chad of an actual leader. Oh, I'm not so sure about this guy. Not so skibidi. That's his name, proper English name, in case you're wondering. And then if you're gonna say, Ludi, that's bullshit, I don't know any Englishman call like that. Well, if Elon Musk can call his kids X23, I can call my heirs Skibidi von Schnitzeldorf, okay? You got a problem with that? Oh, but Ludi, you're not a rich billionaire like Elon. Why you do that? Why you gotta rub it in like that? And there you go, boys. We can change here, and we can get the juicy gold ski for just 100 Dukatensteiner. We now have in Dorado the gold produced. Castile just rivaled me. I tried not to rival them, and then they rivaled me, so I had to rival them back. We used to be such good friends, Castile. What happened between us? Okay, time to sell. Oh my god, Brandenburg is huge. I was gonna say time to sell colonialism, but then I just saw my next best friend. La la la. Brandenburg's beautiful. It just so happens I got one more Diplo slot for you there, baby. Yeah, that's right. We're gonna be best of friends, Brandenburg. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they even have an actual army. Oh, I am so in love with this particular Brandenburg. I don't know why. I don't know. I miss playing Brandenburg. I don't remember the last time I did a Brandenburg campaign 2 hours ago. No, I mean, I recorded one. I need to do a new one. What do you guys think? And since I'm not in too many wars right now, I'm going to be attacking Burgundy to give back the course to my beloved subject, Savoie. Since I have some extra admin power lying around, I'm going to be using it to expand infrastructure in my English realms. Expand infrastructure is one of the most underrated buttons, especially if you're playing Toll. It really doubles down on every single output of your province, and it's worth getting every single time. You only can get it every 15 development though, so keep that in mind. We need to go up to 45 development to do this button again. Another really underrated button is the centralized state button. Now for just 50 reform and 50 admin, you can lower the government cost of this province and maintenance costs and so on. We're obviously not going to do that because we need to prioritize getting the actual government reforms, but eventually I'm going to start using that particular interaction later down the line in campaign. Hi ho, we sieging down this ho, hi ho, taking Burgundian lands. Please don't go to above 78 because I'm gonna have a brain attack. Gold, give me gold. I want gold. What is a brain attack now that I think about it? Maybe I should learn some freaking English, brother. Like, come on. Actually, what is happening with me? All right, we have seized the Cape, and that gives us a stock exchange in the Cape. Oh, Maschnitzeldorf. That's a Diplotech 22 building, by the way. That is crazy. So we just got a buttload of trade. 100% of the trade on the Cape of Good Hope. So if we convert this to our religion and we add it to the trade company, this province is going to be another merchant. That's basically a free merchant right there, boys. Oh, now I just thought about something. You could get this extra merchant super fast if you push for the Cape of Good Hope. Now I'm using a little bit of my military power here to barrage forts. I need to conquer this as soon as I can and peace out the Burgundians so I can focus back on the New World. I have a few wars I need to do there. I don't even know why I did this war. Like, do I really need to do this war? I probably don't. I need to stop attacking in Europe. Why am I doing this to myself? Guys, I think I might be a Euro attackaholic. Mine. I saw it. It's mine now. Oh, still have a lot of admin points. I mean, we could develop, or maybe we could lower the inflation. It's not much inflation though. Let me just continue to expand infrastructure, I guess. Some provinces are very close to 15, so I'm just gonna boost them up a little bit so I can expand afterwards. Holy schnitzel. Still 22 mana for that's just insane, man. So I think it's safe to say I can probably bring most of my provinces to around 20 development already in England. Oh, you thought that's crazy, guys? Look at this. 19 mana to develop a province that's already been developed 5 freaking times. Like, this is so broken, man. This nation is the best nation out there. You can play tall, you can play wide, you can conquer the world easily, you could become a colonial power. There's so many options to play England. I really am enjoying this a lot. I hope EU5 England's going to be similar to this. For the 5th government reform, I'm a little bit torn. I will go for the Royal Marines because obviously we need that as the English, but the reality is that I also don't mind military engineering since I do use artillery a lot, and I also use barrage a lot, right? So that would lower my barrage by 10%. That's a pretty significant amount. For our 3rd idea group, I'm gonna go for expansion because, again, expansion, exploration, and aristocratic goes really well together. We're getting an extra 15 settlers, uprise chance reduction, and construction cost minus 15% from the policies between these 3 ideas. Plus, expansion gives an extra 2 colonists and minimum autonomy territory. So it's a really good overall combination, these 3 ideas for a colonial game. And presto badesto, we got the 4th merchant from making our company in the Cape of Good Hope. We are not going to use him in the Cape of Good Hope though. And also we've got our 1st New World colony in the Mexican area, so we should properly name this Macarena. Now with this new merchant, we're going to use them in the Caribbean to start transferring to Bordeaux, which in turn filters into the English Channel instead of having it go directly to Sevilla, the trade. We also want to make sure that we keep on expanding little Macarena here because it needs more land for the land machine. Oh, would you look at that? There's an entire world over here for us to see. Here's a little fun fact, guys. Even though we did not co-belligerate Genoa, we can take these provinces for the same amount of aggressive expansion if we just make sure we transfer this province over control to Savoy and we do the peace deal from Burgundy. So if we were to do the peace deal from Genoa, it would be 17 aggressive expansion. But if we do it from Burgundy, let's check, it's like 4 or 5 aggressive expansion. So even though we didn't capitulate, we can still take Nizza and Monferrato without any issue. The great part, I guess, is also that we didn't have to fight the Austrians or whoever the Genoese are allied to. All right, we got both of these now. So let's do again as a peace deal. Boom shakalaka, 15 AE for just 5 insanely good provinces is nothing and super worth it in my books. Also, we've got the Charter, the Southern Seas, which gives us settlers plus 20 for 25 years and trade steering. So that's pretty cool because we discovered the Southeast Asian parts. Next stop is getting a few provinces in the Spiced Islands and of course settling Australia. There's natives here. Who would have thought? Nobody would have thought that. Why are you rebelling all the time? Why? Here's a little bit of a weird question, right? How do they manage to get a leopard so big that they could just fit inside of it? How does that work? Where are these massive leopards? How? Explain it. And yet another gold province has been made in the province of Auya. Actually, pretty much all of these provinces I'm gonna have turned into gold. So maybe I can release myself as Texas and only have gold in all my provinces of Texas. That would be such a cool playthrough, man. We also managed to get 10 provinces for Macarena, so we got an extra merchant now, which I'm going to use to transfer from the North American Chesapeake Bay into the English Channel as well. Basically, all of our wealth is going to come from trade filtering into our main trade node. Hey, would you look at that? It's another gold province. The inflation in this country is going to be actually insane. Oh, I just realized this is the Macarena nation, isn't it? If I release myself as Macarena, it's gonna be Jover for everyone, I swear. Because not only the ones that I'm making, but check it out. Here's a lot of already established gold provinces that they're gonna have. Oh, I forgot to unify with Scotland. Okay, so now that we have Admin Tech 10, we can inherit the Scottish nation with the click of a button because they've got less than 15 provinces. So boom, and let's pass this particular issue. 1, 2, 3, 4, and come on, how many more we need? Just give me the thing. Yes, please. All right, so now we inherited the Scottish throne, and we can choose to get the British ideas or keep the English ones. I'm gonna go for the British ones just for the LARP of it. These are a little bit more focused on expansion and colonialism. As you can see, we have extra tariffs and settler increase. We have goods produced. We've got marine force limit plus 50% and a few other naval ideas. Plus, we can also do the Act of Union, so that until the end of the game, we get dev cost reduction in the British Isles and 10 years loss of separatism. So that's pretty nice. Finally, the Protestants appeared too. Oh my God. I need to switch over to Anglicanism ASAP now. Hopefully the event triggers as soon as possible because we need it so we can start converting everything to Anglican. We don't want to stay Catholic. All right, let's peace out with what do we have right now. It's not much, but I'm trying to like eat up the Aztecs and everybody a little by little. Our little colony doesn't have too many admin points, so we don't want to give them the entirety of Mexico to core up before they manage to get some admin points, right? Guess we can focus in the north and establish a new colony in Texas or Louisiana next. Seeing as we also have the ability to recruit Marines, let's also max out the amount of Marines we've got so we can use them for those cheeky naval invasions. Yo, is it chilly in here, or did you just subscribe to my channel because you love the content? No, it's fucking freezing in here, bro. It's crazy. What the hell just happened? Like 5 seconds ago it was fine. Now it's cold like winter. We literally just increased by 50 total income in like 8 years. So the ramping up, it's crazy now. Like the difference is just insane. Look at the trade node as well. We managed to get up to 51 ducats and growing. So our cut from this, which by the way, we have 90% trade power in this node, which is crazy. We're getting basically 80 ducats from that alone. I'm also going to be converting these provinces to English because I just don't want to have like a couple of Highlander provinces lying around. All of these I'm going to convert to English eventually. Heck, even the ones in the north here, why not? They're all supposed to be English anyway, right? We're going to be multitasking a little while here, just trying to grab as much of the new world as possible. I noticed that some other natives are starting to consolidate in the north, and the Spanish are making really big leeway in the south. So we want to make sure at least Central and North America belongs to us. Oh man, the big sad is I actually cannot take all of the provinces here. I can only take 3, so I'm gonna have to do another war to get 5 provinces and as such establish a new colony. So maybe we can get some claims on Choctaw instead. The bright hand though, Macarena is massive, and I'm really saying freaking massive right now. Hold up, wait a minute. We got Spain in here, boys. Holy schnitzel, that's big. That is a very massive nation and a proper rival for me, I guess. They also have Tuscany and I think Naples. Yeah, so they're really well established in the Genoese node, unfortunately for me. The creation of the London Stock Exchange, the most famous of stock exchanges ever. So I get the option of getting some ducats in inflation, or we can lose some inflation. I'm not afraid of some inflation at all. All right, boys, we have discovered India, so that means now we get up to 5 provinces as territorial cores. So that means we can attack these nations, get our cores back, and just establish the East India Company. That's pretty cool. That's actually pretty cool. Let's see which one of these nations is weakest. I would say they're all fairly weak, so let's go ahead and make a few more transport ships, and we can send off some more man o' war as well. We got up to 186 naval force limit, so we can definitely afford more now. Get them flutes in here too, so we get ready. An invasion fleet. Let their fleet be created so we can invade the new world and the old one and everybody else. Yep, that's right. I'm role-playing the Orosai again. Oh, actually, we could also threaten the Gujaratis, and they are gonna give us one province, and we can use that as a foothold from which to actually freaking invade afterwards. We can do the same for these. Okay, that's just crazy. Let's do it. I just got myself a nice little core here without even having to fight for it. That means we can do the East India Company now. So we have a few options now. We could let the company take over control of Indian affairs. That means they get permanent claims on the entirety of India pretty much. And we release them as the East India Company in India. They become an enterprise, a unique type of government that is also a subject of ours. We could administrate the area ourselves so we get permanent claims on India. We could play as the East India Company. I'm just gonna release them as a subject. That seems fairly okay to me. So now the East India Company is officially established in the province of Nellore. We're gonna have to give them more provinces though, because one province is not gonna cut it. And yes, commercial enterprise is a very unique type of subject. It has a lot of different interactions, most nations actually. It has stuff that you get for vassals, stuff that you get for personal unions, stuff that you get for colonies. So it's like all the interactions from all the different subjects into one. And we just integrated Zazal, so now we have sight over everything in the Sahel area and Niger area. Can also become an empire now, so that means all the British culture provinces will be accepted as ours. We don't really have any Americans, Corns, Welsh. These people don't really exist. They're like the unicorns. They existed before on Noah's Ark, but they brought 2 females instead of a male and a female, clearly. We also bully these guys into giving us the rest of the provinces. We could. You know what? I'm going to do that just because it's easier for me to invade afterwards from this province. And even though I have a truce with them, it's fine. I do need a few years before I'm ready to invade them anyway, right? So might as well build up more ships in the meanwhile. These tribal federations can be so annoying sometimes. Like, I'm fighting half of North America now. I'm even fighting these people in the north. Oh, wait, that's the Danes, isn't it? The Danes managed to... Oh, I am not going to accept that. That's going to be taken. That is rightful English clay, sir. Since we've culturally converted everybody in Scotland, we now have developed English identity. The freaking irony. The literal freaking irony. Now, this allows us to do the Act of Cultural Unity Parliament issue. We just crushed the entirety of Denmark's fleet, took their capital, and now I'm just gonna literally bully them into giving me their colonies. I'm the good guy, damn it. I said I'm the good guy. Actually, maybe we can take Iceland too and the Faroe Islands. Why not? It's ours anyway, right? We're gonna need a little bit more war score, so we're gonna have to ship off to the other islands and grab all the lands they have in mainland Denmark. All right, let's see if we have enough war score now, because technically this is not my war. I'm in a succession war for the British, for the Brandenburgians. So I don't want them to peace out before I peace out. But I'm gonna just do this deal because I really get the feeling that they're gonna peace out before me, and then I'm gonna end up with the, you know, nothing basically. Why is this not... Oh god, it's not finished. Oh my god, I grabbed 3 colonies that are not finished, so then my colonial maintenance went up to freaking 39, brother. Oh no. I thought they finished colonizing this. Oh, I mean, it's fine, I guess. It's like halfway there, so we might as well keep it now. Whoa, Iroquois just got massive. Holy schnitzel, they confederated with everyone around. Oh, Sweden just declared their independence war as soon as we pieced out the... Well, actually, we didn't because the Brandenburg's still at war with Denmark. Now, unfortunately, we do get religious unity minus 25 because we're not yet Anglican as the British. So we're going to have to change that, of course. I just haven't had the event trigger yet. Please give me Anglicanism, I'm begging you. Finally, boys, we also managed to make our way to the Spice Island. So here we have a chance of actually getting cloves, the best trade good in the game. But because of our unique ability, we will be able to get cloves in all of the provinces that have cloves. So all 7 or something provinces here will end up as cloves provinces as long as we colonize them, making us filthy rich in the process. We also can do monopolization of the channel now, which gives a little bit of money, and ship trade power propagation, as well as merchant trade power for 25 years, so that's pretty cool. As well as we can do the British Renaissance because we got an artist level 3. So now we're getting idea cost minus 15% till the end of the campaign. That is just crazy to me. Look at this. We're paying 337 for this idea alone. It's just, it's so overpowered. It's insane, the mission tree. Plus, renovate the Oxford gives us, again until the end of the game, some massive bonuses, 3 innovation, and a university, and more bonuses in Oxfordshire and Bedfordshire for that matter. We've basically spread our tentacles everywhere now. We just finished colonizing the Christmas Island, cold like that because this is where Christmas originates from. That's right, it's not from Lapland or whatever. It's from an island in the middle of the Indian Ocean. That's where Santa comes from. Now, Christmas Island is also going to be a staging ground from an actual invasion, which makes sense. That's why they call it Christmas Island if you think about it. Free land. It's a gift. But before we do that, we're going to be attacking the Gujaratis because we can. So why not? The truce is over. As I said before, we're going to use this province they gave us as a staging ground from where we can invade the rest of their country. Funny how me staying out of Europe is the most aggressive I've ever been, and I've had like continuous wars, sometimes 5-6 wars at a time, because they're just so easy to win against these freaking natives. It's like taking champagne from a drug dealer, I swear. Not that I would know what that's about, of course. But is champagne? Okay, we've also made pretty big progress with exploring the world, despite only having one explorer assigned to this, because I don't want to waste my ships or diplo points for that matter on it. It's gonna come eventually, right? What I do want to waste is military, because we want to siege this ASAP. Hell yeah, boys. We have gotten the entirety of the British ideas on lock, and that also means we can do the policy. So now we have one of each policy, which means it's not costing us anything to maintain, and that also means we got insane amounts of everything. Settlers, construction cost reduction, manpower, freaking marine force limit plus 50%, sailor increase as well by 50%, so we can have up to 56,000 sailors now, and we can recruit 59 marine regiment. We can literally have our entire army marines if we wanted to. I'm also going to be taking the coastlines here of the Native Americans. The main idea behind these wars and why I attacked Yucatan is because I want to take the coastline so the Castilians do not manage to get these lands afterwards. It does seem like we're getting swarmed in India, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to rely on mercenaries for the very first time in a really long time. It has to be done. I also managed to send my fleet back, so we're going to bring a secondary army to help out here. Apparently there's a lot of Indians in India, but yeah, that Grand Company is going to come in massive handy until my actual army arrives. Holy schnitzel, we stack wiped half of their freaking army, bro. Alright, well, let's go for the strays over here before we engage the rest of their main army. There we go. Another 8,000 down as a drain. Make sure we consolidate our regiments before we engage as well. And get out of my fort, you little schnitzels. Yeah, you know what? I'm tired of giving weird names to my colonies. I'm gonna call this one Cuba Not Libre. Get it? Because it's not a free Cuba. That does mean we have technically colonized the Caribbean, so we can do the Gold Act Parliament issue. I wonder what that's all about. Apparently, it increases the chance of discovering gold whilst colonizing a province. Well, I'm super down for that. I am indeed. Let's make sure we get them Goldius Maximuses. All the gold shall be mine, and also for the next 10 years, I get colony boost +1. Hot diggity dog. I am going to use my colonists to just colonize the the spice islands quickly before anybody else does. Remember, we want to make sure that we get cloves here. Hey, and this one we already got without having to even use our interaction for that. This one not yet known. Let's see if we're able to piece out now. What I want is these 4 provinces. Baruch, Surat, and Tana are the highest trade power provinces in this entire area here. So to get all of these provinces, that we end up having at least half of the trade node once we start sending our ships here as well. And that's going to filter down from Gujarat into eventually this particular province, which we're going to have Zanzibar. We're going to have a trader in 2. Then by default, Cape of Good Hope and Ivory Coast, and it ends up in our English Channel node. So that's how we're going to filter all the riches of India into the English Channel. It starts by owning bits of India here and there. Also make sure we transfer these provinces to the East India Company. We actually want the East India Company to own these lands. A little bit of persuasive sieging down of provinces seems to have done the trick. So now we can take the provinces we wanted. Boom shakalaka, piece them out so we can focus on our attention now on the Vijayanagars, which also own lands that belong to us. And whilst I'm doing all of this, I'm also converting the schnitzel out of everything that I own to English. Have you guys ever watched Indian movies? I freaking love Indian movies, bro. They're so random, it's insane. You got like sometimes this funeral or whatever is happening. I swear to God, I saw this movie a long time ago. It's one of the first Indian movies I saw. So there was a funeral and they're going with like the body through a field of barley. And like all of a sudden out of the field of barley, you have these people like it's really sad atmosphere, right? It's like super sad. They're all like crying and sobbing and going through the field of barley. And all of a sudden from both sides of the field of barley, jump some people up and go like something, bro. It was crazy. And then everybody's laughing and dancing. I don't know what to feel at that point, you know? I'm just confused. I'm just confused, but somehow I actually like it, you know? It's weird, but it's a weird feel good weird. Look at that. We're almost done with this. We just need to get the claim on these nations here and one more claim on Kakachel, and then we're done with the coastline. We prevent the Spaniards from taking our schnitzel. The 13 colonies, no, more like the dirty teens colony. Get it? Because it's sounds like 13. Also, Louisiana, we're gonna go with Louisiana. I know. We're getting all sorts of creepy colonies going around here, boys. From the New World to India, we've established a true historical British Empire, whilst having around 20 or more development in most of the British Isles too. So we're insanely overpowered, both economically, playing toll, and colonially. Basically a trade empire. If you guys want to see more, no need to leave that like. I'm gonna do the next part regardless. Love you all, and I'll see you in the next one.